What did I get myself into? Dash is out. A lot of dust and stuff. Messed around with the switch. Nothing wrong with the switch. So I think my biggest issue for the tail lights is figuring out what plugs into this guy here. This is a green and white wire. When I put power to it, the tail lights work. So it's supposed to connect to something. You'd think that it would go through the hazard light switch because that can bypass some things, but nope. I'm not seeing anything obvious there. This guy looks like it was an afterthought for something that one of the previous owners did and decided that it was not the right way to go, which I discovered because this has power. When you feed this power, when you connect that, it starts flashing. So I think that goes to the relay. And then also this red and blue wire. Not sure where that goes. Tried plugging that into there. No dice, nothing. I'm not seeing any other wires that would fit in there that look like they should go into this guy. And I checked the center console here, and pretty much all the wires that are in it connect to one of these harnesses here, like this guy and a few others. Some of these are little lights, stuff like that. So, not sure, but that dash is pretty heavy. Tell you what, it's a lot of weight. Also, I think I have a coolant leak from the core here. You see those are the hoses that go to the heater core. So, right now I'm debating replacing those hoses, or pretty much my game plan for that is to run the car during the daytime because it's late at night right now, and see where it's dripping from, because I do see that the floor is a little bit wet here. So trying to figure out why. It could also explain why this floor was rusted out, which I had fixed, but there's still a little bit more surface rust that came back, so I got to fix that. But first I got to find the source so it doesn't happen again. So that's where I'm at. This dash is actually pretty, it's not too bad to get out. First, there's a little cowl on the inside, and that's held on with, I think, 4 bolts. There are 4 screws. Once you get those out, then there's I think about 6 screws. You can see locations. There's one here. These are kind of hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the top. And there's a couple guys on the bottom. There's like this bracket here. There's actually quite a few on the bottom. This bracket here. And then I actually also removed the steering wheel column bolts, but I put them back in so I don't lose them. But these are 12 millimeters. Everything else is pretty much 10 millimeters. And then there's these brackets here by the AC. It was easier to get to these 2 bolts on this side. Here, I just took it off from the top part and left the bottom part of the bracket on there. This bracket here, this holds the dash trim that goes underneath, as well as that one down there, right there, yeah. And then, what else? Yeah, this wiring harness goes to the AC blower fan, which I removed to look at the heater core hoses. That's held on by 3 bolts. It's easy. So you got this top bracket here. There's a 10 millimeter. And that guy down there against the firewall, that's a 10. And that guy there, that's a 10. That's all you need to remove that. And then there's a vent hose that goes, triangular vent hose that goes into there from the blower. And there's also this vacuum line right there. This guy connects to the bottom of the blower. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Also, my shifter here, I took out the boot because it's all ripped anyways. And, you know, there's a nice bit of slop here, so I'm going to try to take care of that while we're here. So, yeah, so probably going to clean up in the next couple days. But also, when you take the dash out, right, so you have to undo this. This is for, I believe, the RPM gauge or the speedometer, one or the other. Let's take a look at which gauge it connects to. But you won't be able to pull it out unless you undo this. And all you do is just twist this guy off. And that, you know, you'll be able to free up this side. The dash does get caught up on the steering column a bit. So, you know, just be aware of that. Now, the rest of the wiring, you don't really have to worry about. You want to pull the driver's side out first, and then that white box there with these three wiring harnesses connect there, and those are connected to the dash, so those go to the various instrument clusters. So that's kind of nice. So you just unplug those, which is pretty easy, and then you can pull out your dash, which you can see is over there, sitting there, and that's the cowl I was talking about. And then back there is the blower on the floor. So that's pretty much it. If any of you guys have any idea about this amazing, mysterious green and white wire, please feel free to let me know. And this end is the female end. So yeah, I've kind of lost right now in terms of what would plug into this. I don't see anything that would go to it. If that makes any sense. That's it. Speedy Edie, eating out. Speedy Edie, eating out. Speedy Edie, signing off. Got to figure that out, that whole call sign thing. All right, thanks a lot, and look forward to hear some advice.